Game over. When I talk about game over, talking about the system of slavery, I did a Wikipedia Google search for modern slavery. And it states that only 27 million world citizens are in slavery today. 27 million out of a population of that of 7 billion. We have, heck, a couple billion people whom are hungry, and I guess it's their given right to decide that they want to go hungry because after all they are not slaves. And when I continue on with this article, it says that there are many forms of slavery in practice today, and one seems to be much more prevalent over others, and that is forced labor. This is where a victim is forced into work to pay off debts to the owners of the operations. But does that sound like 27 million people? After all, the whole fiat dollar system is set up towards debt, and guaranteed debt at that. Guaranteed debt, with the simple process of charging interest regardless of the amount on money they created out of thin air, putting people into debt and unable to pay on their mortgage, so on and so on. And yet we only have 27 million world citizens whom are claimed to still be a part of slavery. Heck, seems as if the entire world is into slavery based on the dollar system, because if you are not listed as one of those 27 million world citizens, does that mean you have the right? Or does it mean that you are excluded from this slavery game of debt? They tell us as children, go to school. And I think that the education system for the earlier years when you are a child, yes, it could be better, but they do teach very basic and very important information, like how to read, how to write, how to do mathematics, how to spell, so on and so on. But when I talk about education, I'm really talking about the next level of post-high school education, where you go to UCLA, University of Michigan, Notre Dame, and well, tuition is well over $20,000 per year. 20,000. And well, I guess if you live in other places or go to different schools, you can reduce that number a bit, but the practice of getting more people into debt at the earlier age, well, we can see what the results have given us thus far. So do I say game over? Well, that means a game over as supporting and participating within the fiat money system. And the process of the game over is just that. It is a process, and it's going to take many individuals within this planet to make relevant changes. And there's a song. I'm going to go through a bunch of them. And this comes from Smash Mouth, I believe, and this is some music that is used in WWE Entertainment, which is a wrestling show, from the celebrity or from the wrestler Triple H. And his song that he uses is called The Game, and the lyrics go, it's all about the game and how you play it, it's all about control, and if you can take it, it's all about your debts. And if you can pay it, It's all about the game and who's going to make it. And I'm sure I messed up the lines just a little bit, but it's all about the debt and who's going to pay it. Because individually, yes, some are able to pay that debt, but the majority is guaranteed for them not to be able to pay it off. And the song continues, I am the game, you don't want to play me. I am in control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. And I am the game, you don't want to play me. And I don't want to play that game anymore because I've seen it, I've played it, I've seen the suffering that is involved with it. And it's like, you know what? Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Big time change. What's the change? Well, the change is, I guess, transitioning from this system towards a more saner, positive system. And I can only guess to what the saner, positive system is or work towards getting to it, which is exactly why it is a process and not an event. Now, there's another song that the user Triple H used, and it was an older song, which was called It's My Time. And the lyrics went something like, I'm not going to listen to anybody tell me who or what to be. I'm not trying to be like everybody, and I'm tired of playing make-believe because I lead the blind and the blind leads the blind. It's my time. It's our time. My time is starting. We're not looking back. You've had enough. Oh, they don't know what trouble is with their games and politics. Sissy stuff. It's our time. With their burly fools and their sissy rules. All their stupid rules. Don't they understand their own delusion? And don't they understand their own confusion? They make up a fantasy in their little mind. Follow the leader like the blind lead the blind. Well, it's our time. It's our time this time. Those years went by. The blind lives their lives. The marks, the suits, the man. Heck, give us a shot. We'll give you nothing. The smart one, the responsible, the mellow one, the easy one. Well, it's our time now, and the truth shall set us free. End quote. And those lyrics are very powerful. To find this song, you can search Triple H, My Time. The previous one, the Triple H theme song. I'm not going to listen to anybody tell me who or what to be, because that's part of this whole slave system, is the slave of culture and the slave of beliefs. Oh, you're supposed to do this and do that. You're supposed to go to this college. This way you can get a job at a bank to ensure that other people can be enslaved. Very, very good strategy, I must say. And then it went on, I'm not trying to be like everybody. After all, so many people have came to the delusion that they are worth less, and they're worth much, much less. I refuse to come to that particular conclusion. I really, really refuse it. And then they were talking about the blind lead the blind. And well, for years, that's exactly what's been going on. The blind has been leading the blind. And whether the blind gives them information regarding, well, the swine flu is very, very dangerous. And, well, it's been on every television channel, every newspaper. It was even on CNN.com. Oh, man, we got to get the swine flu medication, the swine flu vaccine. It is a must. That's the blind leading the blind. And I did like on that part how they had the truth shall set you free. And what was not included on my version or on my quoting of the lyrics was the very end of it, where they say, does anybody know who's sleeping with who? Which totally is relevant in this case. And I'm saying that Well, let's see. Do you think there was anything at all regarding AIG and Timothy Geithner and most likely Ben Bernanke, even Paulson and all these other people? And I don't mean sleeping with who literally, although that might be the case, although I do doubt that. But in the whole metaphoric term. Now, another song Smash Mouth had, and I believe it's Smash Mouth, and once again used by the same character in the show, was a song called Evolution. For evolution is a mystery, for the changes no one sees. Clock makes a fool of history. I see the line in the sand, time to find out who I am. And over the last few years, I have been finding out who exactly it is I am, or at least more towards who I am. So I found out who I was and who pretty much all of you were, and that is dollar slaves. I found that out. Slavery is forced into doing something. Therefore, you decide you don't want to be a dollar slave. Where are you going to be within this world? Exactly. So I found that out. Do I like it? No. But I do know that changes can happen, and in a spiritual sense, they say that we all have free will. And one could say, well, you don't have free will because if you got no money and you want to get food, you're not going to get it. Well, you have free will to try to attain the food, but they are using the free will to deny you of your food. And that's exactly what it is. It's denial. You go into a Walmart with a starving family of 6 people and $6, you might be able to get 4 or 5 cans or 9 cans of different types of food or whatnot. You might be able to even eat for one session, but it's all about the money. It's all about the money, and quite frankly, I myself am getting sickened by that point of view. So myself, what type of changes do I have to do? And for now, whatever it is I can currently do to disparticipate myself from being a dollar slave is exactly what I'm going to do. It's a process and not an event. We got this whole 2012 shift in consciousness. Most likely, this whole death of the dollar is going to occur in 2012. And that still leaves me over a couple of years of transitioning myself away from the dollar slave, because as the part of game over, all deaths, all ends of different things seem to create new beginnings. Therefore, a death of a fraudulent monetary system like this is going to bring a birth of a new beginning. And that's the game for now I want to play, and I guess the game is getting out of the dollar. At least so it seems. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video at that. I'd like to thank everybody. Thank you all for watching this particular video, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.